Actually, your life is meaningless. You're in bed typing away. Be a man, do some push ups. Don't just type like a woman. People whose limbs are not even conditioned are talking. That's a big shame. Yeah, that's right. I'm on a live replaying my old feed. That's great common sense. The real question is, can you do a kick? Can you do a spinning hook kick? So let's see it. Post a video. I'll go back on your channel and check it out. Yeah. How unfortunate. I didn't know that you needed to be 15 to practice martial arts. What a ridiculous mindset. Oh my goodness. A lot of people are really weirdos. A lot of weirdos today. I wonder how your real life is going actually. Mr. Rivera, ice is behind you, my friend. Watch out. You're on my live. And you're calling me weird. You have many TikTokers you can watch, brother. That'll suit your IQ level. Another day without the files. Yes, exactly. We need the release of the files, guys. I like that comment, actually. Let me pin that. That's the comment of the day. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. We're training Iron Fist, Iron Palm training. Depends on what you're trying to improve. I can't just throw tips out. I need a question actually. Kevin, it's okay to come out. It's 2025, brother. Good to see you, Jay Karate. Never gone to a class before, though. What class? Bok Choi, you have internal issues you need to solve. I'm not a therapist, guy. Sorry. You're new to BJJ, thinking about learning. Well, the thing is, if you're training BJJ, you have coaches there, and they should put you up on game. I can't just give you random advice, right? It depends what you're training. You have to figure out what you wear, because some people wear normal shirts and pants, some people wear shorts, some people wear rash guards. So it's really up to you, you know? Oh, your conditioning. May I ask how you're conditioning? Because I'm always curious about other methods. And what style of karate? I didn't ask you before. What's going on? How's it going? How's everyone's day? Let me see. You should go to Taiwan and forget the world. You'll learn some real kung fu there. Shotokan, you kind of can do. I kind of do everything I can. That's good. That's good. I'm not in Taiwan. What I mean by go to Taiwan and forget is you can have some real kung fu there. Look up the Taiwan Monkey Master. That's all I have to say. How's it going? Better to have softer, smoother hands. According to who? The funny thing is, karate derives from kung fu, the original karate. The original karate is from the island of Okinawa. You still have actually, I don't hate Westerners. I hate the degenerate mindset that Westerners bring. It's a different thing, kiddo. It's slight different. Just like you believe by a certain age you will just get arthritis or you will get dementia because you've been force-fed that all your life. That's the mindset that I can't tolerate because you're really stupid. But Westerners, I don't hate Westerners. I hate the mindset that the West spends the most on its healthcare system, and it's the most sickest in the world. The citizens that whose country spends the most on healthcare are the sickest in the world. You should really get your mind right. That is granite. Karate is shit. MMA and boxing is the best. That is a really stupid low IQ statement because MMA includes karate. Mixed martial arts, my friend. Oh my goodness. The West also degenerated a lot of the world. Okay? The West introduced GMOs. which a lot of you people are GMOs actually. I won't say they gave knowledge. I will say the originators of Okinawan karate, especially Goju Ryu, they retained a lot of the internal cultivation methods of kung fu. Okay, and that's why they also have the Tai Chi ball. And if you don't know what that means, go look up Okinawan karate. Is Kalari Payutu? That is an old Indian martial art, but I won't say it's the originator of kung fu, even though Bodhidharma came from India. In India, they had martial arts, they had Hanuman wrestling, and other arts. You're a boxer, you're a low-level person, I'm very sorry. Boxing I love, but don't try to understand what I'm doing. Especially if you're just scoffing. Why would I explain anything to you? At least come with a humble mindset. That's another reason I don't like Westerners. That Western mindset is very proud and arrogant. Is there some type of numbering system in karate? I'm not sure. I'm not that deep in karate. All I know is I can tell you the original Okinawan karate, a lot of the principles share Southern Shaolin principles. Charlie, no one's reading your long comment, bro. Nobody's reading all that. Yeah, people get offended. That's fine. There's a lot of thin-skinned people on here anyway. Thank you, appreciate that. I'm trolling? I'm actually just training. The people coming on here are trolling. I'm deleting the people. I don't entertain trolls. And I speak it as it is. Yes, I do boxing. I respect boxing. But when someone comes up... I actually, guys, go on my page, go on my posts. I put up a video of an Australian boxer, I believe he's Australian, doing hand conditioning. So when a boxer comes to me and he tells me this is stupid, I know he is low IQ. I know he really doesn't know what he's talking about. Because if you had the right method, your hands will be not prone to boxer's fracture or sprains or breaks. A lot of you guys, your wrist break. Again, Alonzo, we're not reading your long comment. You can go on Reddit and post your quarrels and spill your heart out. Where do I get that rock? By a river. I have to carry this guy. Quite a way. This is granite. Well, I'm not here to spread hate, and you can leave, Mr. Daniel. Because I don't tolerate weirdos. Let's see. Condition in the shins is good. Nobody's talking about firearms. This is how I know a lot of people are agitated and inwardly. You know? A lot of people have issues. I'm not a therapist, unfortunately. Unfortunately, some coaches just don't have the method. That doesn't mean they don't know how to fight. But if you can up your level, if you can add... If you can condition your limbs, your forearms, your wrist, your hand, your knuckles, even these joints here, even the fingers, why not do it? Only a stupid person would not do it and talk crap about it. Because there's a lot of stupid people, that's why they criticize. Matthew, I'm deleting people. I'm actually booting people who offer no value. If you offer value, you can stick around. I used to do some MMA back in school, not much though. I'm planning to get back to training just for my mind. What should I start with? Depends what MMA you did. What's your body type? What do you like? What's your personality? A lot of martial arts are based upon your own fighting style, your philosophy. So I can't tell you what to do. Yeah. My only knock is the bob. I don't know what that means, brother. I don't know what that means. Thought that tolerate anything was a martial art. I actually don't know what that means either. Show us boxing. What do you say? Show us some spinning elbows. If you stick around, you will see spinning elbows. That's funny. The thing is, you can't condition your skull. I don't do that. But there's Shaolin monks, fighting monks, not theatrical monks, that break iron rods over their head. Okay? And you can look at this. You can look it up. The Century Bob punching dummy, those things are trash. Well, that's your opinion. That is your opinion. But I will tell you that a water-filled bob, which weighs about 240 pounds, is similar to punching a real body. That's what it feels like because it's very thick. So when you give a good punch, you know that you have good power. Bro, that's not real. What's not real? That's my hammer fist, and my back fist, and my palm. Yes, I wouldn't recommend skull conditioning. That's a very peculiar and isolated skill, I would say. But it is real. How much stronger is your hand than a boxing? I'll tell you how much stronger. It doesn't break. It doesn't fracture. It doesn't sprain. When I'm hitting the heavy bag bare knuckle. Kickboxing is my opinion is better than Taekwondo. Because again, if I throw out the question, where did kickboxing originate from? Maybe 2-3 people will tell me. Kickboxing originated from the karate fighters in Japan. When the Dutch went over there and they seen how they're doing the heavy bag, how they're training. Yeah, they brought it back with a little different mentality, added their Dutch twist, and you have Dutch kickboxing. Muay Thai or kickboxing, they're both good. Mind you, when Ramon Deckers went to Thailand and started beating up the Thais, they had to adapt. They had to add more strikes. Because back then, they mostly did clinch, knee, and teep, and high kicks, low kicks. They didn't really use fists if you watch the old Thai fights. But again, a lot of people are low IQ and they're just here for a show. You know, they're not really here to learn about these things. How many years before you can see results? I made a video, Nestor. You can go check it out. How to start iron palm training, the basic minimum level. Within a month, you'll see already a difference in your hand. JDR, we know you're a weirdo. You don't have to proclaim it. How do you avoid uneven knuckle size? Yeah, through conditioning, of course. Okay, you have to condition these and also these two. Very important. Okay. Palm strikes are wicked. Yep. Thought on Jeet Kune Do. I did Jeet Kune Do. I love Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do is really the pioneer of MMA, if you ask me. Especially if you read the Tao of Jeet Kune Do by Bruce Lee. If you read the book, I have the book. He had some wild ideas way back then. Okay. Yes, wrist will get stronger too. Exactly. And the wrist, you have many tendons here. All tendons. You need to train that. Show me your form. I don't know what that means. I'm not showing forms right now. Have you ever had a fight in any videos? No, I never competed. But that doesn't mean I don't know how to fight. I started with Wing Chun, and in Wing Chun we don't spar. So that's why I actually took my butt to the boxing gym, then the Muay Thai, got in the ring. You need to know what a punch feels like. You need to know what it's like to get knocked down, to get buzzed. That's the problem with a lot of traditional martial arts. What's the difference between French kickboxing? You're talking about savate. Savate is actually an old school I would say medieval or post martial art, and they have really good footwork. They have an amazing pendulum step, which Bruce Lee took as well. Wing Chun is very controversial. Agreed. It is controversial. If you know how to box and kickbox, then you can use Wing Chun. But if you have no idea how the dynamic of clinch work, elbows, punches, range, knees, all that stuff, then it's useless because they don't really spar with anybody. Do you think Muay Thai is the best stand-up martial art? No, I do not. Even though I love Muay Thai. You have to remember, Muay Baran is for the real fighting, for the war, really. Muay Baran. It was outlawed for a reason. Okay? And you had also Kung Fu outlawed in cultural revolutions, which turned into Wushu. Okay? Which was the sport version, the government approved version. Yeah. Yeah, close the distance if you're fighting a Savate guy. I don't use San Tzu Kung Fu. No. I do strength conditioning, yes sir. This guy came on my live talking about not this guy again. That's how you know mental illness is very prevalent in today's society. You have so many other people you can watch. Hilarious. Yes, I Muay Thai, yes. We're not trying to smash the granite. You can't smash granite. I'm very sorry. What about Lethway? Lethway is amazing, and it proves that there is a street element that again a lot of people on this live don't even know about, because they will tell you Muay Thai is the best. But when you clinch them, and they're expecting a knee or an elbow, and you headbutt them, and you fracture their cheekbone, or you fracture or break their nose, and they start bleeding, that is a big problem. And you're not ready for the dynamics of that. And that's from a street fight. Guys, listen, that's from a street element. When somebody comes up close, you've seen the moment when guys talk to each other and then they come up and they touch foreheads. A real fighter will just headbutt you, and the fight is done. If you've never seen somebody get headbutted, I'm not talking about on video. Again, a lot of you GMO babies on here, you've never even heard what a punch feels like, or what it sounds like. You haven't done any martial arts, gamers. Stick to games, please. Just stick to video games. When you hear somebody pop, headbutt, and they fall to the ground and they're bleeding, that's a real epiphany. I was just talking about Lethway. This guy, I don't get it. People have listening issues. I'm talking about Lethway. Mr. Benjamin, you have no idea what you're talking about. You're just talking out your rectum. Because when you do pad work and clinch work in Muay Thai, they don't talk about headbutt defense. Oh my goodness. Just like people say you can't hammer fist in a fight. Low IQ. You got Khabib's nephew in here. And you wanna... This on repeat though? Yeah man, it's on repeat. That's amazing logic. Mr. J, you have many degenerates saying, what is the purpose of a hammer fist? Wrestling plus BJJ equals beast. I would agree, but you also need striking. It's funny when people just close themselves off saying wrestling, BJJ, Muay Thai, I don't need anything else. Sure, you have a great base. And we're not talking about firearms, Mike. I know that gets you hard, but you need to understand what we're actually doing. Just like when the people talk about Muay Thai versus boxing. They don't know that a good right hand on the street, bare knuckle, will knock your shit back. Especially if the person has good power, good hands. We're not trying to break the rock. Triple A, I'm sorry you're in the rat race, but there's more to life, kiddo. You can own a business. You're a man. Pull your resources together. Stop being addicted to corn. Detox your mind. Maybe you'll have one day. What if someone picks up a really good stick? I know how to stick fight as well. That's why I love it. Do you do elbow conditioning? Yes. You can condition your elbows on bamboo. You kicking it wrong. I didn't know that my hand is a foot. I have to say corn because the other word might trigger the AI for the algorithm. Thank you, Tristan. Appreciate that. Ask away. Juba, it's morning. Brush your teeth, wash your face, start your day. Don't just type to random men. That's not very masculine. So what do you think when people be like, oh, I'm a boxer and this and how you feel about... I have no opinion. I have no reaction. Because majority of people have... They're just low IQ. That's all I can say, man. I gotta keep saying that. Because they never will broaden their horizon. Well, I hope your uncle didn't touch you, because that sounds very weird. Yeah. Yes, knuckle push-ups is a mandatory. Knuckle push-ups, hitting wood, doing brick knuckle push-ups. Yes, Wolf's Law is only one small piece of the puzzle though. It's not just about bone. You don't do this. I'm not telling anybody to do this. I already have a video how to start basic iron palm training. All I'm doing is showing my training. I'm not saying, guys, go find a rock and do this. Because there's many steps to this. How are you going to hit the stone if you never hit wood? That's the real question. I also have a video how to make your own medicine. Mr. Jack, I'm not a tyrant. Even if somebody's on my bad side, I won't probably see that person. All the people talking crap. You have your own storm of a life to navigate through. You're just taking out some anger, I get it. But I'm not here for that. I'm not a therapist. Seek professional help. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Appreciate it. What likes? Let me see. There's 40 likes. It's Bob. You need to seek therapy. I'm not a therapist, unfortunately. I'm sorry your life is so cringe you have to come out and project, but actually 41 if you can count, G dot. I don't know what year you dropped out, but it's never too late to take your GED. Upgrade your life. How long is a normal conditioning session? 30 to 1 hour. I've already been live, how long? 48 minutes. You don't have to be sorry. It's either entertaining or completely vain. Either way, sometimes it offers entertainment. Yeah, G dot, we already know what kind of life you have. Go on TikTok. That'll suit your IQ level more. I don't know why you weirdos stay on my live. That's the real thing. No one's reading all that, bro. What a waste of time. You're better off doing 20 push-ups than typing away. Actually, Zach, go look up a boxer who does this. Until then, zip it. You're talking out your arse. Presumptuous GMOs. What can you do? What can you do? Boxers would love this, actually. Not this specifically. Get a cotton bag and fill it with beans. Do some brick knuckle push-ups. Oh my god, Zach, I put this 18 plus. What are you doing in here, kiddo? Your mom put out some milk for you. Come on, it's breakfast time. We don't learn. We don't kill or deaden any nerves. We don't support spouse abuse. Sorry, you got the wrong live chat. How was it taken for you to be able to do this? You start with wood. You have other elements that you start with. And it takes a while. This is where I learned martial arts, at gyms. Then I had the opportunity to have my own gym. And the people talking, they can't even afford the mats here. Could you explain why your fingers are wrapping around the rock? It's not that my fingers are intentionally wrapping around the rock. The whole point of this is you're not trying to be very, very strong, because the ricochet will go all the way up to your spinal cord. You want to keep this loose. Okay, when you hit, you want it loose. Right? So I'm not trying to have all this ricochet. I only have it here, so that's why I'm not doing it like this, stern. Right? It's very loose. People say limp, but it's very relaxed. I don't even know what Lucy's saying. You have a lot of hurt people, though. That's what I know. uh, I don't like chain punching, no. Mr. Samuel, you can't even punch. Like, when I go to your channel, there's zip, nada. And that's not shadow boxing. All I'm telling you is when you throw your punches, you have to be loose. That's it. Show me a 1-2. Terrible, man. Terrible. But again, if you feel better after this live, I'm happy for you, kiddo. Hopefully you carried it on to your real life. Have you ever got bruised? Of course. Bruising is normal. You get bruised when you're sparring. People punch you in the shoulder and your ribs. That's normal. Yeah, sand is what I would recommend for somebody wanting to start. Okay. Just a few more GMOs to deport, and then we'll get this program rolling. We're not on a date, Mr. Margu Bar. We're not on a date, brother. Genetically modified organism. You have a lot of hybrid degenerates. You're employed. I'm so sorry for your situation, bro. You can start your own business anytime, though. It's not too late. So sorry for the rat race you're stuck in. Rice is good for grip strength in the beginning, yes. Mr. Derek, you can check out my videos and see the answer to your question. I did BJJ, yes. I did Sambo, yes. I wouldn't ever encourage you to beat your father. He got some issues. If you want that, just leave him alone, is the best advice I can give you. Do you know what pendulum step is? Of course. You can come back on the live, brother. I'm live. I'm gonna do my speed bag, but not now. Not at this current moment. You're a kickboxer. Amazing. Well, you're here, so I don't really know what you're here for, Ken. Seek out your own issues, brother. Please work it out. Work out your demons. What's your best advice for head movement, defensive side of fighting? What do you mean? Improving your head movement? Adding more head movement? Genuine question. If I hit someone because he antagonizes me 24/7 and can't escape him, how should I handle it? And he thinks physical abuse. He's been chin checking me since 13. And how old are you now? I will never give advice for anybody to hurt somebody, but I will never tell somebody to be a doormat either. But it depends where you live. Certain states, certain provinces, They have very stringent self-defense laws. And you can actually be in a court fighting for your own freedom just for simply defending yourself. Unfortunately. Yes, if you're a minor, it's a whole different thing. Exactly what I just did in Kentucky. Almost costed me a year of jail time. My left arm is burned from younger. Yeah. I don't want to copyright. Is there an honor code? Depends what kind of person you're. I do teach. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate the likes, everyone. Thank you. And yet people talking, they can't even do a high kick. They can even lift their knee and do a T. How shameful. Especially if you call yourself a man. And that's sad. Some people's life is a whole troll show. That's what some people's life is. Rather than work on themselves. How long have you been training? 13 years now. Yeah, June is 13 years. Brother, you can't punch bare knuckle, so there's no reason for you to even talk. I'm trying to get the trolls off. This gets them mad, apparently. See, the thing is, people that are talking, they can't even get 3 punches off this, let alone a high kick or a flying knee. Something is mentally wrong. Yeah. Talking speech, seek therapy. I'm not a therapist. Thank you. I'm not a master though, but I appreciate that. John, low IQ. That's not a. That's not folding food wrappers, brother. This is a baseball. Okay. That's the thing. People will not get even 3 punches off. They have the reflexes of a dead cow, unfortunately. WWE, no. I have not been into WWE since it was called WWF. Leave the old school work. I don't know what you mean. Where are my weights? Right here. No, I'm not vegan. Yeah, Steve Austin, Goldberg, yep. When Undertaker was on a motorcycle. um, this- okay. We are non-political. No, I only do this because I love it. I don't train I don't train for competition. That's why people say your cardio is off. Of course it's off. I'm not training for a fight. I only maintain my skills that I've accumulated through the years. That is more than enough for the common person. Soviet Canadian. I don't know what that means, but Thank you, Friday. Appreciate it. 777. That's actually my number. Eduardo, ice behind you, ice, puppy. Watch out. The question is your shin even conditioned? Is your shin conditioned that if you kick me and I check it, it will not hurt? That's the real question you should be asking yourself. And if you haven't noticed, my balance is a little off because there's a 10-pound vest. I know you can't punch bare knuckle in a heavy bag. That we do know. They don't even know what this kick is. Or this. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. What do I think about Andrew Tate? The thing is, I used to watch him before he blew up. And he was kind of the same person, but really he added more. I don't know if it's his handlers. I believe he's just part of a psyop, personally. But this is why a lot of people like him, because he does talk sense for a lot of things. Not everything. Yes, he was a fight. He was a kickboxing European champion. I believe world champion too. But he's more of a social media influencer. Please show me your work first before you ask me to show me mine. And show me it with a vest on, 10-pound vest. And then we can talk. You guys act, you guys are talking like a coach. Show me your kick. Show me this jab. This combination. So I think Andrew Tate is honestly part of a psyop. That's very good. So please show me some of your striking skills. That's what I'm asking you. National Guard, you will be called upon soon for civil unrest. Don't worry, bro. You'll get your action in soon. Top G. Hey, man. Some people aren't on social media like that. You know. Yes, sir. You're gonna get deleted soon. Shouldn't have never joined the National Guard, to be honest. As Henry Kissinger said, military men are nothing but dumb animals. You can go look that quote up yourself. He's supposed to be facing war crimes as well. 2025, people are still joining the military, armed forces, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Whew. The military are mostly made to fight for the bankers. Never forget, all wars are bankers' wars. Mothers and fathers send off their sons to be used as cannon fodder, while senators get big cashbacks and end of the year bonuses. Something is not right. You have the best military in the world, yet you couldn't conquer Afghanistan, and you just had to leave Iraq. For WMDs, did we find those again? I forgot. I forgot. Please enlighten me. Why is the president called the chief and commander if he's never seen a battlefield? Enlighten me, please. Maybe I'm ignorant and there is light. Appreciate the likes, everyone. We're almost done. I don't understand gibberish, sorry. Exactly, they didn't. And how many tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of millions of people died for what? For the Afghanistan poppy? You guys wear a poppy for the Day of Remembrance? For the gold in Iraq? Chasing down Saddam, who was not from Iraq, he's from Saudi Arabia, who was also a CIA asset called Tim Osman. Who cares about Iraqis? Well, the million that died would be a start. And the mothers and fathers of those who lost their children for no reason would also be a start. Yes, I learned how to fight in real gyms. I trained, I did pad work, I sparred. You can't learn this from YouTube. You need to know what it feels like to actually kick someone and to get kicked. Nobody wins war where war is involved. There are times you need to war. You need to war to create times of peace. But because someone said that there are WMDs, and you go and find none and keep on finding there's nothing there except for a lot of gold. World War I and II, those were both bankers' wars. The First World War, they established the League of Nations, which they wanted the UN. It didn't work out. The Second World War established the United Nations, the Treaty of Rome, so on and so forth. Civil Monkey, I want to see your bag work. Anybody that says anything, I need to see your bag worth. Sure, that is applicable, Alex. But if you take in the fact that this is a 100-pound bag and I'm clearly moving it and there's force and my limbs are very conditioned, what you see is not what you might feel for a regular person. Exactly, yeah, sparring is amazing. I haven't sparred in years, but it is good. But also take in the fact that pro fighters don't really spar anymore. Not that much as they used to. Because even with headgear, I would actually say, especially with headgear, the ricochet, the vibration in your brain. A lot of boxer damage comes from sparring, not the actual fight. So when I train people, when I had a few clients, we would spar with gloves, and then I would have 20-30% where we sparred no shin pads, no gloves, no wraps, and we would just tap pretty much. Sometimes a little punch would go through, a little on the chin. But I tell you, the way people react without their gloves, bare knuckle, the contact, it's a totally different feeling. It's a totally different stimulation. And the more you can grab as well. The grip strength. Okay, very important. Very important. Yes, when you watch the Tate fighters, they're very technical. They're doing it bare knuckle, but they know that they can control. There's a lot of people who can't control. They just go all out. Those people don't usually last too long, in general. What got you into combat fighting? I was actually born a very sick child from the ages of 1 to 6. I had a weak system. And one day I seen Shaolin. I think it was a documentary or something. And I exactly knew the moment I said, yes, this is what I want. This is exactly what I want. So to cultivate inner energy, to increase my own health, my immune system, my cardiovascular system, my respiratory system. And to know some martial arts is also cool. I already made a video with this tool, as you can go check it out. Also, guys, I have various playlists on my channel. Somebody might find it informational or edifying, I'll say. You can go check out those videos. What martial arts are you training in? I mix a lot of different stuff. I didn't find it early in life. This was my first heavy bag. My father bought it for me when I was 14. And I used to just punch it without any training. I formally started martial arts when I was 20 years old, which in some circles is already considered old. But I still never gave up. Right now I'm in my 30s. And I kept going. And now I have a high level of martial art from the Shaolin system. I started at 33. It is never too late. What I mean by old, it's easier to mend the child when you start him at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. His elasticity, his resilience to injuries, and his sponge-like brain can get information more. And of course you have more time, you're just a kid. When you're 20 years old, you already have a job, you already have responsibilities. What's going on, Wesley? Yeah, I gotta get moving. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed today. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the views and the subscriptions. Again, check out my other channel, or sorry, my videos on my channel. I've been training in wrestling, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, and boxing since I was 9 or 10. That's ideal. That's what I wish I had. I wish I had that. But again, I'm not complaining because I'm still doing what I always wanted to do. Have a great day, everybody.